points per game this season, but Zion didn't play in any of those games. Smitty, does he make that big of a difference for the Pelicans to win tonight?
Yeah, I think so, B-Wood, because I think, one, they don't have anybody in the middle. I love Porzingis. He's going to have to absorb that blow by Zion Williamson if he's guarding him, but Zion will definitely make a difference. The game will be much closer than those blowouts.
Yeah, I agree. I think Zion definitely makes a difference. Just when you watch him play, he just has a huge impact with the way he's able to take up space, and he forces defenses to do things differently. You can't just switch every pick and roll and think, oh, well, we're not going to be punished for it because Zion is so big, fast, strong, and athletic inside. He will take advantage and dominate against smaller players every single time.
This is the first time that Zion's going to play on the second night of a back-to-back, and you know that he's averaging 28 points per game over his last 6 games. Brendan, are we starting to see him find his win and step his game up to a level where you're no longer concerned about his health?
I think we are, and the fact that he's playing back-to-backs tells me that the medical staff in New Orleans believes that he has passed whatever that's ailing him, and they're ready to let this kid go full throttle and go out there and play his regular minutes, and they're not worried about back-to-backs anymore. It was one thing when he first came back, they were trying to monitor the situation, but I think that Zion has proven, hey, I'm healthy, I'm ready to go, and I trust that medical staff, and they're willing to let him rock.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, when you start seeing the guy playing back-to-back and the way he's playing and some of the moves he's making, I think he's also trusting it. I mean, he's going up for rebounds and not worried about landing. I thought he did a nice job of filling his way out at the beginning, but right now he's playing bully ball. He's going full tilt. I think he's ready to go.
And 2 to 3 years from now, who's going to be the better player, Luka or Zion?
Who's going to have the better stats or who's going to be the better player?
Who's going to be the better player?
Come on, Smitty. You know who the better player is going to be.
I am saying the better player, skill-wise, is Luka Doncic. But the most exciting to me is going to be Zion. And I think the Pelicans, to have him even get to close to Luka's level, is going to have to put a lot of players around him to make up some of the deficiencies for him. But I think Luka's going to be the better player.
I think the better player is going to be Luka, and I see that just based on where the game is today. Luka is so much better in the screen and roll than Zion. When you look where the game is today, it's all about forwards that can be very versatile, handle the ball in the pick and roll, and Luka can do that. He can score the ball at all 3 levels, and more importantly, if he's having a night, Smitty, where he's not scoring well, he can get you 14, 15 assists. So I like the versatility in his game, the fact that he's a ball handler. At the end of games, you can put him in the screen and roll, and then you don't have as many questions about conditioning and injuries as you will with Zion moving forward. Zion's going to have to prove that he can stay healthy. He's also going to have to prove that he can get in better shape, and I also think he has a couple more layers to add to his game. Luka's game is already pretty much where it needs to be.
And we're not taking nothing away from Zion.
Yeah,
no,
it's no hate.
He's going to be phenomenal.
It's no hate at all.
How do each of them impact winning? Because we see the stats and we can point to this number and that number, but when it comes to wins, we see it manifesting with Luka. How does it manifest with Zion as well?
Well, I think the one thing is he's doing what he's supposed to do. And I think because of the way he played, he has to add some more skill. And he doesn't even have to get to the Luka level where he can dribble, he can pass, he can do all that. He just keep playing hard. I think the one thing I think he can impact Luka, have a better advantage is on the defensive end. I think he can be a lockdown defender at that 3 or 4 blocking shots if he gets in better shape and commits himself to the defensive end. Not that he's bad, B-Wood, but I think he could be at that all defensive level because he can slide, he can take the bump, and at the end he can finish with a block shot.
Yeah, Zion has the body to be to basically be a defensive end playing basketball. So when you throw him out there in a couple of years when he gets in better shape and gets more confidence and realizes what defense means to winning, this is a guy that could be a guy that's first-team All-NBA, but at the same time in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. I see that type of potential in Zion. And when you talk about the way he impacts winning in every way possible. He makes the highlight plays. He's a good kid. He's a leader. When you get a mismatch, he's a movable chess piece, so you can put him in all types of screen and rolls, and you can take advantage of him anywhere. And the thing I love, Smitty, he keeps the game simple. Put somebody big on me, I'm going to face them up. Put somebody small on me, I'm going to punish them on the block. He plays to his strengths.
And for Luka, we've been talking about a guy. A month ago, he was in an MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Not saying he was going to win it, but I had him at least in my top 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's still number 3. Just the other two.
Think so?
I have him number 3. I think the other 2 guys are just so far. Like when you talk about LeBron and Giannis, I think Giannis is way ahead of everybody. Then Bron, then Luka.
Yeah, and when we talk about Rookie of the Year, I mean, Ja Morant is the guy that we circle and say he's the guy that's going to win the award. Zion, though, is putting up monster numbers his rookie season. His former AAU teammate has won Rookie of the Month award every single month so far this season. Coming up, we check in on Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. You're watching the warm-up presented by Ford. Every time he should be on.
Hey, that's filthy.
Every single time.
Well, he can jump, too, so sometimes he's over the rim.
He got sassy with that ball.
And this time because I was instructed to do so by Mr. Brendan Haywood, NBA champion.
Thank you.
You an NBA champion?
Yeah, but she has to do me first and then say your name.
Okay, my bad.
You got so many accolades, man. It don't seem right doing it the other way.
Because we say Hall of Famer Gary Payton, but he's also the only point guard in NBA history to ever be named Defensive Player of the Year, a.k.a. the Glove.
Thank you.
We're in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 8 games in the NBA. Thrilled you're here with us on the warm-up. Let's start talking about Mr. Zion Williamson, the young fella, the rookie. He's been playing extraordinarily.
Yes, he has, Steph, because this is the type of basketball Zion plays.
And another person who's been playing very well this season, who we have not seen lately, is Kemba Walker. As I mentioned earlier, we are expecting his return tonight. We will also be expecting some minute restrictions, and we'll see if his teammates will be in action tonight. More on that. LeBron James, Lakers hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers have a lot to figure out still. Ben Simmons out, Joel Embiid out. What are they going to do tonight? Josh Richardson out on protocol for concussion. A lot going on, especially in that game. The Lakers, #1 team in the West. They're facing the 76ers, who still have a lot to sort out. But do the Lakers have anything to sort out? Are they who they are? And is that good enough to win it all?
Well, to me, I think they didn't make any changes at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're talking about working out a couple of players, and J.R. Smith and Waiters.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would help them. If it was me, I wouldn't take either one. I'll stay with Caldwell Pope. I'll stay with Bradley. I would stay with what's his name?
Rondo?
No, Corzo. What's the guy? The kid? Caruso. I'll stay with them guys and try to basically win a championship that way. I think LeBron and AD, they're going to be good in the playoffs. I only think one team can beat them in the playoffs to me, and I think that's the Clippers. I think they match up with them too really well. Clippers have done a good job of adding players in Jackson and Morris.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, I don't know what it'll do for them, B. But I don't know what it will do for them. I just don't know. I don't get that. I don't even get that. If it's not a great player that's going to come and help you and change a game, I don't know what them two can do for the Lakers.
Well, you asked the question, can they win a championship? Mm-hmm. Yes, the Lakers are good enough to win the championship built the way they're presently constructed. When you talk about LeBron and AD, you have 2 of the top 5 players in the game today, so the team can win. But would it benefit them to maybe add another ball handler to the team? I do think so, because when you watch this Lakers ball club, when LeBron James has to rest, and GP, we got to sit him down at some point. He's 34 years old. Was he 34, 35? He's
35.
He's 35 years old now. He's in his 17th season. You can't depend on LeBron to do everything. And when you watch the Lakers play, their efficiency goes down from an offensive standpoint as soon as LeBron walks off the court. They need somebody that can make plays with the ball for that second unit. And that's where maybe they want to roll the dice on a guy like Dion Waiters. I know he has a checkered past, maybe some behavioral issues, but for them, I think it might be a win-win type of situation. It does show a little bit of desperation because they know they're competing with the guys across the hall from them with the Clippers. The Clippers have multiple ball handlers. The Lakers do not. And if they get into a playoff series right now against the Clippers, LeBron is going to be forced to do everything.
Right.
So that's where maybe a Dion Waiters, we know he's still good with the ball. He can still make plays. No one has ever questioned this kid's talent. They've questioned what's going on up here at times, and can he be a good locker room guy and a good teammate?
And I still say, B, I wouldn't go with neither one of them. I'll go get Jamal Crawford.
I was going to ask
I would
about
go
that.
straight and go get him. I think he's a ball handler. He's a scorer. Even when LeBron goes out for 3 and 4.
Is he a clutch client? Because them other two guys are clutch clients.
And he is too. Well, come on. He's a clutch client, too.
I didn't know.
Hey, everybody likes to play with Jamal Crawford. I don't know, after a game that you get 50 points, your last game, and nobody want to come and get you. I don't know what it is and what it's about him, but I think if the Lakers go and get him, he can come in for 3 and 4 or 5 minutes and give you points because he can handle the basketball, he can score the basketball, he can do other things. And then you don't need that because AD will be out there with him. All you need to give is LeBron 3 to 4 minutes of rest. Mm-hmm. That's all you need. He only needs 4 or 5 minutes of rest, I think. And then you bring him back on the floor, and then that's it. And in the playoffs, they're trying to win a championship. They're not going to sit him too long. They're going to give him some rest. Then he's going to come back in the game. You just need that player, like you said, to handle that second unit and give them some points. I think Rondo is the kind of guy that you want out there just because he can play defense and he can hold up.
Safe.
And he can be a safe bet.
Right.
But I think Jamal Crawford would be the best bet for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And I think just to clear things up, I think you were asking if he's a clutch